Welcome to our feature overview. Viewpath is an easy-to-use online application that combines high-performance web technologies with decades of expertise in time and project management. This tutorial will demonstrate many of Viewpath's frequently used features. We also offer short tutorials that cover specific features more in depth. Let's begin our walkthrough by clicking here to create a new team. For illustration purposes, I'll create a customer survey team. Next, I pick the Pacific time zone for coordinating activities with members of this team. For this team, I'll leave the timesheet option unchecked. There's an option to show a team message in this text box here. When I click OK, this team is displayed in a tab here, as well as in my team list here. Creating a team establishes a secure collaborative workspace with defined access permissions to activities and documents. With Viewpath, member access for each team is set on a person-by-person basis. This lets you create distinct teams to securely share and collaborate on activities both on and off the job. Each time you open a team, you'll automatically see a row of tabs for Home, Projects, Members, and Settings. Each of these are covered in their own tutorials. To access the Projects section for the Customer Survey team, I click here. The Projects page has a panel with a column view of projects and a timeline view, which is technically called a Gantt chart that can be resized by dragging the section divider like this. Viewpath's unique drag and drop features let you customize the column layout by reordering columns like this, adjusting column widths like this, or using the right-click menu to add or remove columns. I create a project with this toolbar icon here. You'll also notice an option to create a new folder, which is helpful in grouping multiple projects, or a new template, which makes it easy to duplicate repetitive projects. After clicking New Project here, I name this project Billing Survey, bypass the blank fields, and click OK. To add activities to the project, I select the checkbox here and click on this icon here. I can choose any of three activity types, tasks, issues, or events, to manage all my project details in one fully integrated view. A task is a specific item to complete and may contain multiple levels of subtasks. An issue is often an item to be resolved, such as a delay in receiving materials or finalizing vacation schedules before activities are assigned to team members. An event is a calendar activity such as a team meeting or a conference call. Notice there are also time-saving shortcut keys here. I select New Task, then a dialog box opens to the General tab. I name the task Draft Survey Questions, skip the Assign To field for now. I decide to change the duration to 2 days here. Leave the start date on today's date, and click OK. When I add this 2-day task, I'll automatically see a summary roll-up at the project level, 2 days in the duration column here, and a white schedule bar spanning 2 days here. I type the letter T on my keyboard to add a second task for Research Past Surveys. I'll assign this to Denny. I'll select the checkbox here to send a pre-formatted email with task details. I'll modify the duration to 2 days and then click OK here. On a side note, it's often a good time management practice to factor in schedule buffers in planning task durations. This way I have a realistic scheduling picture that's often different from estimated work hours. For example, I roughly estimate this task will take 3.5 hours of actual work. However, I schedule 2 days duration to allow scheduling flexibility for a team member who's managing multiple priorities. Notice that work hours also automatically roll up in the hierarchy, so if I decide to include work hours in my planning, I'll see an auto summary of estimated hours at all levels of my project. To update the percent complete, I can click on the edit icon here, or simply double-click here. I'll enter the number 20 and click the white space here to close the in-cell editing. You'll now notice the percent complete automatically rolls up in the activity hierarchy both in the column here and as a graphical percentage in black here. To move activities on the list, I select the checkbox here and click either of the blue up or down arrows here. Or I can simply drag the selected item to the appropriate place in the list like this. Viewpath makes it easy to create many levels of sub-activities. To add subtasks to Draft Survey Questions, select the checkbox here and then click the New Task icon. I type List Question Categories, skip the blank fields, modify the duration to 2 days, and select OK. Following the same steps, I'll create First Draft Survey Questions. Notice how each level displays a plus or minus sign to open and close, and that the subtasks are automatically indented and numbered 2.1 and 2.2. In project management terminology, this is known as a work breakdown structure, or WBS for short. I can also use inline input to rapidly add tasks on the fly by double-clicking on the name column here and typing in Circulate Survey Draft. To make this a subtask of draft survey questions, I select the checkbox here and use the blue arrow here to indent, or I can use the Tab key on my keyboard as a shortcut. Once an activity is created, I can also use our unique drag and drop capabilities to make quick schedule adjustments. For example, to move this subtask forward one day, I position my mouse on the schedule bar. You'll see a short horizontal line with left and right arrows. I hold down my left mouse button and drag the schedule bar to the next day. Viewpath's drag and drop also makes it easy to increase or decrease durations by simply grabbing the far edge of the schedule bar on any activity. You'll see two short vertical lines with left and right arrows. I hold down my left mouse button and extend the duration. I can use inline editing to assign activities by double-clicking here, and in this case I'll select my name. Once I assign my name to this task, it's automatically listed on my Today page, which we'll see in a moment. Viewpath also makes it easy to assign a descriptive role placeholder. For example, I double-click here and type in Sales Group. This now appears in parentheses. Later on, this can be assigned to one or more team members. To add an event to this project, I click the checkbox here, select New Event on the menu here, and name it Kickoff Meeting. I skip the location field. I'll pick 3 people to participate, and I'll select Send Email here. I'll allocate 1¼ hours for the meeting and click OK. The event shows here in the left panel, in the right panel here, and will also be displayed on my Today page calendar. To create a dependency link between activities, I select the checkboxes here and here, click the link icon here, and select top to bottom. A link line now connects these activities on the Gantt chart, thereby increasing the accumulative time span here. If you want to exclusively view a project or a project subset from any summary level down, then just make your hierarchy selection, right-click, and choose Open in New Tab. Double-clicking on this column here allows you to attach documents to an activity or to create links to external file storage or online files such as Google Docs. Double-clicking here lets you add ongoing notes. This wraps up our brief walkthrough of the project section. To narrow the focus to a daily view, I can select the Home tab here to see a continuously updated activity list from various team members. These can be sorted by columns, such as the Assigned Team Members column. Or I can click on the My Viewpath tab here to view my personal activity list. You'll see the Today tab here opens as our default tab. These tabs here allow you to perform advanced search, view your events in a more robust calendar, and manage your login and account preferences. You'll notice that when I click on the Refresh button here, my assigned activities from the previous projects page are automatically displayed on this list. I can quickly add an event by double-clicking in the time schedule here. I'll name the event Ops Conference Call, skip the other fields, leave the default duration of 1 hour, and click OK. I can modify the duration by dragging the bottom edge like this. And if the call is rescheduled, I can move the event to another time or drag it to another day on the calendar. I can easily add a task on this Today page by clicking on the New Task icon here, or simply double-click in the Name column here. I'll name this task Outline Presentation with Pat, and close it by clicking on the empty white space here. If I want to prioritize this task, I double-click here in this column and type A, or I can use B or C priority levels. I can now sort by the priority column like this, making it easier to focus on the right job at the right time, especially as my activity list grows. The column layout of your Today page is also customizable just like in the Projects page, using a right-click to add or remove columns, or using drag and drop to reorder or resize widths. To dynamically view the big picture context of any task or issue on the list, just right-click and select Find in Projects. This powerful feature instantly opens the relevant team and then automatically expands the project hierarchy to display the item in relationship to the other activities on the schedule. This concludes our basic overview. For in-depth information about Viewpath's feature set and best practices, go to Viewpath's tutorial library upon login. Thank you for taking a few minutes to learn more about Viewpath's 2.0 solution. We hope you enjoy using our productivity tools and techniques day after day.